Hey, what's up? It's me, Too Many Donuts, and welcome back to another review. And today, alright, so I I talked about my channel update about these figures, and I didn't want to review them because they're just so fragile, and I didn't want to risk having one of them break while on camera doing the review. And I decided, fuck it, I'll just do it anyways. Because out of the entire lot, Jotaro, Kujo, and Star Platinum, and Dio and the World are the only solid figures that are still held up, along with the Abdol and Magician's Red, but I already reviewed them. So I decided, why not? I'll just review them, because I have less fears of these figures breaking than the other ones. Because you already saw fucking Silver Cherry, his arms are just deceased, his fucking hair from Green's legs are just gone. All the stands are absolute just falling apart. Besides Star Platinum in the World, but the actual stand users are actually in really good. They're statues, so they're not gonna break anytime soon. But I don't have to worry about the stand users more so than the stands. So that is nice. So if I'm gonna keep this collection, which I most likely will, I'm probably just gonna have the stand users standing somewhere, okay, whatever, standing or sitting somewhere on one of my shelves when I put them on display or whatever. But that's not what I'm talking about today. Today we're taking a look at these figures. And before we take a look at these figures, let's take a look at the packaging. Now you might notice right off the bat, this shit's fucking huge, so I'm gonna have to utilize the space that I have and try to make this work as best as I can. So, for those who don't know, I reviewed one of these figures already. It was the Magician's Red and Abdol. I will put a link into the description below to take a look at that video. But this right here is a line by Kotobukiya and ARTFX. And it's called Static and Dynamic. I don't think I'll be able to get it in frame, but right there, it says Static and Dynamic right there. This is #1 in the Stardust Crusaders series, and right there. So the whole premise of this line is to have a static and a dynamic. In the case that they did this for, they did the stand user being the static, because you don't really want the posable. I mean, you could, but to cut costs and to make the line make sense, they had to make the stand user like a statue or just the static. And then because the stand is more active and shit, like punching or whatever it needs to do, they're gonna make the stand dynamic. So basically, action figure, statue, one box, couple extra accessories for like $25. I don't know how much this cost when it came out down in Japan, but it's really good for what it is. And these figures don't hold up over time, as you can clearly tell with some of them disintegrating and shit. But whatever. So yeah, the Abdol is the same, or the packaging for the Abdol Magician's Red is the same exact thing for all of them. So here, instead of like a yellow, it's more of an orange color for this packaging. Again, I showed this right here, the #1. I'm trying to do my best right here. ARTFX right there, the JoJo logo right there, my clamshell showing the contents inside. Nice little font for JoJo's Bizarre Adventure right there on the bottom. ARTFX JoJo, #1 static and dynamic. JoJo, the same thing, and then a nice artwork of Iggy and Jotaro Kujo right there. On the top, just chains and some clamshell, really nice. Same thing on the other side, and on the back, we actually get some nice artwork. Well, not artwork, but like promo shots. But they really weren't trying to hide the fact that these figures aren't that posable, because you can just clearly see they just photoshopped a lot of shit for this. But there you go, some nice promo shot, or just some nice product shots right there, showing you Iggy just. It looks like he's supposed to be jumping, but he's just static, so it's kind of funny seeing him doing that. Here's all the credits for these figures, or what each figure shows you the credits for each figure. So the story, Araki, we all know that, and then all the sculpting and all that stuff. And on the bottom we get some legal Japan shit that I don't know about, and showing this is not fake and this is official. There you go. So that is about it for the packaging. Let's take a look at the figures that come inside the packaging. And I gotta say off the bat, these figures are absolutely fucking amazing. Jotaro, Kujo, and Dio in the World are the best figures, again, out of the entire lot. But let's start off with Jotaro first, because he's the main character and everybody loves Jotaro. So here's Jotaro right here, and a really, really nice looking. I'm gonna say figure, even though it's a statue, but whatever. a really nice looking figure right here. Again, static. This is a statue. Nothing moved on him, but it looks really, really good. Getting into the detail and the paint, it's actually really nicely done and clean. Really nice, really looking, really good actually. I really have nothing. I don't tend to review statues at all on this channel. Whatever, besides doing these reviews, like the JoJo figures. So I'm just like really new to this whole statue reviewing thing, but I'll try to do my best. But yeah, he's really cool. Nice clean paint apps. All the sculpting is really nice. Although the face is a little bit off, but I will take it. You got the nice little, hat fusing into the back of his hair bullshit. I never understood what happened there or how that works, but whatever. It's a JoJo thing. I'll move on with my life. A little bit weird thing going on here. They decided to make this really light purple and keep this one dark, and you can kind of really tell it's not really symmetrical at all, but whatever. Really hard plastic, not going to break anytime soon, which is nice. The boots, the shoes are painted pretty nicely. Although I will say, one thing with all these stand user figures, for some godforsaken reason, all the feet are made out of like this really, it's a weird rubbery plastic. It's not really showing how flexible it is, but it really is flexible. And most of them, they're just sagging forward because the feet just flop forward. So I don't know why they decided to do that and not keep the feet the same plastic as the rest of the body, but whatever. Fuck it. It is what it is. But again, a really, really nice looking little statue right here. Articulation, nothing. Accessories or features, I guess you could say. This chain is actually a dangling piece, although I would be cautious because this is not an actual metal piece. It is full-on, cheap, McFarlane 1987 Spawn plastic right here, so be careful. But yeah, a really nice little statue of Jotaro right here. Although the pose is a little bit off, I would have liked an actual normal crossed arm pose instead of this weird got an itch on his fucking bicep, but whatever, it is what it is. So there is Jotaro Kujo right there. And taking a look at the main event of this entire set, or this entire, set, I guess I'll just leave it at that. Star Platinum right here, which is an actual action figure, believe it or not. This is the dynamic part of the set, and this thing is absolutely fucking amazing. Right off the bat, I will say there are a couple loose parts here and there, but it's just because of the age and the way it's built. But whatever. So here is Star Platinum, and he looks absolutely amazing. All the paint is nicely picked out. Nice shading. Yeah, it's just really, really cool looking. I would have liked a flat coat instead of this weird glossy plastic, but whatever. I said coat, sorry. But here's the face sculpt. It looks a little bit off, but I will take it. I'm pretty sure there's also a variant that came with the same pack, but Star Platinum was colored a little bit differently, and his mouth was open for more expressive punching poses, but whatever, we get this one, which is the default, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, just really nice clean paint apps here and there. One thing I will say, again, joints are loose, but another thing is the paint does not hold up at all. I don't know if you guys can tell already, but just removing joints and just having the figure or just the age, the paint flakes off a lot. So you can see right here, if I'm moving the legs forward and stuff, you can see the base clear, or not clear, but the white plastic, showing through right there. I'm pretty sure a little bit on the neck, actually. Where's it at? Right down there, you can see all the white plastic showing through. It's not that bad to the point where it just becomes a flaky mess. That sounds really fucking bad. But it's fine. I really don't even mind it. But whatever. So yeah, really nice clean paint apps all throughout the entire thing. But one thing I will say, this is an action figure. It's posable. But just due to the way that they intended this figure to be, they did it like McFarlane style. They put it in a pose and then they added the joints, which is, you never want to do that for a figure because it can mess with some of the anatomy and like just the way it looks in general. This guy is not a bad example of that, but as you will see when we get to the articulation, some joints here and there look a little bit off, but it's just because they posed it and then they add the joints, but whatever. So yeah. Then they wanted to retain the details. So for example, they just had this no cut there, so it's a little bit limited, but whatever. So yeah, really, really nice detail. Oh, there's more white plastic showing through. Whatever, it is what it is, and quite frankly, I don't care what it is. Getting down to articulation, we get a ball joint going into the head, so you get a nice swivel all the way around, going down about that far, going up, almost nothing because the back of the hair gets in the way. I'm going side to side. Actually, get some nice attitude head pivot right there, which is really nice. I do like that. It does help a lot for punching poses and stuff, which I do appreciate. We get a hinge swivel going for the shoulder, but just due to the way this shoulder pad is placed and the fact that it's not really a rubber plastic at all, it does get in the way. So you're going forward about that far before it hits the shoulder pad, going back about that far, which is actually better than going forward, and then going out. There is a hinge there. It goes all the way out, which is really, really nice horizontal. I do like that quite a bit. There is no bicycle swivel anywhere, not even, well, there is one here, but it's a little bit offset. It's weird. Like I said before, they posed it and then they added the joints. So I assumed when they had this guy posed up before they added the joints, his elbow was like this, and they just added the joint back there. So you can see, it looks weird when you bend it straight, but whatever. But you get a bend there, and there is a swivel here, which does accommodate for kind of a bicep swivel because it's at the angle, but I'm not going to count it as that. So we get a bend here, and we get a swivel right there. We get a swivel at the, not the actual, like where the wrist starts, but where the glove starts, right there. The waist right down here is a ball joint, so going forward about that far, going back, you can't even tell. Going side to side, again, you can't even tell, but it is doing it. It's going side to side. 360 rotation all the way around, but it is a little scary, so be careful. Be careful here too, because again, the white plastic, the paint does scrape off a lot when you do this, but the legs are going to have a ball joint. No thigh swivel or anything, but the legs go forward about this far. They go at an ungodly angle, but that's just because this is not rubber at all, so it's just really hard plastic getting in the way. But it does go forward, but it's at a weird angle, so you gotta try to remember that. So there's that going forward that far, going back that far, a little bit more limited, but whatever. You get a bend at the knee, but again, just to want to retain the sculpt and the detail, they had to put the joint above that for some reason, and you get literally not even 90, which does suck a lot, but whatever, it is what it is. And the best part about this figure, I think, are the ankles. Now, it doesn't look like there'd be a lot at all. It looks like it'd just be a swivel, but there's actually a ball joint. But the way they offsetted it, it actually works perfectly. So, standing forward just like this, or having it straight, looks perfectly fine. A little bit angled right there, you can kind of tell, but it's not that bad. But again, the way they use the offset and the ball joint, it actually gets a nice range right there. It looks weird because it's bending, not how the human body works, but it's a fucking stand from JoJo. What do you expect? Gonna have some weird, wacky, tacky, crazy posing going on here. That sounded really fucking like 7-year-old me. But whatever. So you get a ball joint right there, so it goes nice ankle pivot, really, really nice. Going forward about that far. Going back about that far, and you get the 360 rotation. But I'm not gonna risk it because it does feel a little bit hindered for some reason on mine. But yeah, that is the articulation for Star Platinum. Again, really nice figure overall. It's like actually the best figure out of all of these guys, and I mean you figure that because it's the fucking main character or the main character stand. But you can just kind of see you got this guy in some nice standard punching poses, or just like ready to punch poses. So yeah, really, really cool little figure right here. Now, down to accessories. And accessories, we don't get a lot, but we do get enough. And I think oh, there it is. Okay, we're good. So the first accessory right here, as you saw at the beginning of the video, we get this little heart stand. And all the figures come with these. And in this case, I'm a little bit colorblind. I might fuck this up completely. But to me, it kind of looks like a light blue. But on camera, it looks like a purple. So it's really fucking me up right now. I'm just going to say it's a light blue. I might be completely wrong. Please correct me in the comments below, but I'm going to say light blue, but whatever. So you get this nice little heart stand right here. 2 pegs right there. Star Platinum goes in the back with this or that peg right there. And then Jotaro Kujo, his foot or his peg is on the back of his heel, and he goes forward just like so. And it works pretty well, although I will say, again, the rubbery feet on Jotaro and all the other stand users is a pain in the ass because, again, they fall forward, the whole thing falls forward, and it's just a depressing mess. But it's a nice stand, and I do appreciate it quite a lot. And hey, you can kind of see me in the camera. Ooh. But next accessory we get, where the fuck did I put the accessories? Oh, they're right here. You can't see them. So I put them out of the way. But for Star Platinum, we actually get some open hands, which is actually pretty nice. They're not really expressive, and they're not like actually like kind of like Iron Man, like repulsor blasting like outwards like this, but they're nice open hands, and they do work pretty well. And it's just a peg, and I'll show you right now. You're just gonna pop them off. Pop, 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 pop. Be careful because it's a rubbery plastic for this peg, but I have no stress anywhere on it, so we're good. And then you just get the hand you want to replace it with. Open hand. Oh shit. Open hand, and it goes right in there, and you'll hear a nice satisfying pop once you get it in there. And come on. I had it in here this morning when I was changing hands. Well, it's not popping on this side, but this side's a nice pop. But it goes in there, it stays in there, and now he has a nice open hand, so then I can just wave goodbye to his grandchildren. But yeah, there you go. So there's that nice open hand right there for both sides. So there you go. There, that's the fist. Never mind. There you go. So there's that. And then the last accessory we get right here is actually Iggy. We get Iggy in the set, as you saw in the back of the box. But he's really... I mean... Sorry, excuse me. He looks really good, but I just wish he was, like actually, like, doing something. He's just... he looks like a standalone, and like when you're using, like, animation, well, when you get the model, it's like in a T-pose, like the T-pose for, like, a creature on all fours. He's just chilling, man. He's just sitting there doing nothing, no expression at all. But the paint is actually really, really clean on this guy, as you'll see. Looks really, really good. Nice orange in the ears. Look at the eyes, looking pretty cool. A cute little bulldog. I do quite enjoy. There's no pegs at all, so you just gotta have bounce or just sit on the base wherever you want. And that is about it for accessories. Yeah, Iggy. What else do you want in your world? What else do you want in life? This is the best, absolute best thing that has ever happened to my life. So there's Iggy. So yeah, that has been my review of Star Platinum and Jotaro Kujo from... I'm sorry, it becomes a habit of saying his name like that if you're a JoJo fan, but I'm just gonna keep saying it, whatever. Jotaro Kujo, you happy? Whatever. But yeah, that has been my review of these figures. Do I recommend them? If you're a JoJo fan, fucking obviously. Be careful, because secondary prices and shit on the market is kind of scary. I mean, for example, I got this entire lot for $104 plus tax, but even then, it wasn't that bad. So whatever. So there you go. I'm just gonna get him. Look, he's about to kick your ass kind of pose. You know what I'm saying? Trying to use my fucking... It's not a hard, like a soft... Not soft. It's like not a hard surface at all when I'm using to review these figures on. But I'll make what I I'll make do with I will make do with what I have. There we go. I can English today, guys. Trust me. There, come on. Same thing we're doing with fucking Buzz Lightyear, aren't we? All right, whatever. I'll use the fucking stand to help me out here. I'll put the stand on the stand. Okay, I'll stop. That was a really shitty joke. Come on. So I can just see there's a peg and a hole, and then bada bing, bada boom, pops right in there, stays in there, and now he's standing. The stand is Okay, I'll stop. And then I'll just get Jotaro and just plop him in here. And which one is it? There it is, this one. And come on, bada bing, bada boom. Now he's hugging Jotaro. Why is he hugging Jotaro? Whatever. He's hugging Jotaro. Thank you for watching. I am Too Many Donuts. Peace out. And before I say my little Baha'i bullshit, I will be reviewing Dio and the World. Although I will say I'm a little bit scared because there's one joint on the World which I'm kind of afraid to move. So I might not move it for the articulation segment on that video, but fuck it, whatever, we'll see what happens. So anyways, last time, my outro. Thank you for watching. I'm Too Many Donuts. Peace out, and Bahia.